For dark nights, for good days, for hard fights, for good ways, for bright lights, for blackouts, for white dice, when I'm crapped out, when I'm up big, when I'm down bad, when it's champagne, the clutch in the brown bag, when it sound good, when it's more now, when around the world open the door lock, when the keys new or broken the door knob, when it means you important to pour out, pray that the dream true, when the lies talk, when the things you thought was the high stop, but if we knew how to fly drop, lose from an ego, and my mind talk, me what I need do, never mind ops, when the seed grew, it tore up the sidewalk, so keep coming up, keep coming up, keep coming up.
I am Dre Moreau, national R&B recording artist, songwriter, owner, CEO, producer, all of that.
What's up? I'm Young KSB. I'm a rapper.
I'm Tuan Ricky, and I'm a rapper and songwriter.
My name is Erica Gaddis, and I am an actress, a project manager with a certified PMP, a mother, a bartender, and also young,
black, and gifted. Well, I'm Dre Moreau. I'm 25. I'm from North Carolina, Durham to be exact. Born and raised, but I moved around a lot. Me and my mom, my little brother Dominic, we ran around. My mother was a quality engineer, so she did a lot of manufacturing at a lot of different plants. And we moved to Connecticut, Ohio. I spent a lot of years out there just growing, running around the cities, trying to, find myself. I always came back to North Carolina during the summers though, and so that's really what built me, what really cultivated myself as an artist. My journey as an artist has just been about finding myself. I don't really care about, building clout or much about incredible accomplishments. It's more so about just getting out my expression as an artist. I make music because I like making good music. I grew up on R&B, so it's always been my thing. Ever since I tapped in, I just been on go with it. Started in school, moving around, passing out my CDs to my classmates. Took that to a whole nother level, man, and it just happened to take it to another level when people started taking me more seriously.
I am 36 years old. I'm originally from Indianapolis, Indiana, and have been residing in Atlanta since 2004. I am a mother of two beautiful daughters. I'm biracial, so that's something a lot of people don't know about me. They think I'm Caribbean or Dominican or Puerto Rican. No, mommy or papi. I am mixed. My mother is from the Caucasus Mountains and my father is African American. And I'm just kind of a dope all around country city girl now. I lived all over the place in Indianapolis. My mother had me young to know, ill will towards my mom. She did the best that she could, but my family really had to pitch in. And so I lived with, follow the family tree here, my grandmother, so my mom's mom, her sister's ex-husband, on a horse ranch in Danville, Indiana. So I grew up for a while very privileged. I got a pony for my 4th birthday because that's what I asked for. I had 4 horses. We had cats, rabbits, dogs, ferrets. I was taught to be a free thinker, to enjoy life. I remember one of my fondest memories, we had 32 acres of land and we were watching the stars. I used to lay on the grass and just watch the stars, and they would ask me, what do you see? And they just taught me to just be so free and just go with what feels good. My mom got me back because she was getting in a better position in her life. And so I went from having ponies and horse rides and all the things to living Section 8, WIC, food stamps. So I remember eating cereal with water. Coming home, someone had broken in and took everything but the floor model television because it was too heavy. Me and my mom getting robbed at gunpoint. So it was just a very, I lived both sides of the spectrum, you can say. So I can appreciate everything, from having a very privileged life to having a life where you had to really survive and really make it. So I can appreciate that. I can appreciate the Fruity Pebbles and whole milk, and I can appreciate the Kaboom with water. If you know what Kaboom is, you already know.
I'm Young KSB. I'm 23. I'm from New Orleans, the little Ninth across the canal off Rampart and St. Marie Street. Growing up for me in New Orleans was actually fun. It ain't what it is now. Back then it was different. So Me and my mama, we 14 years apart, so I got a young mama. I always like music, so music always been something, because my people, they always listen to music. Like my grandma and grandpa, they'll have them old music that get on my damn nerves. But all them old people music, they used to always play that. We always had other rappers going on. My mama used to rap. She was in some Cash Money music videos. A lot, like my uncle was surrounded by rappers. I always been around music. And my cousin was the first female signed to Cash Money back in the day. So that's also someone like got ties to. But growing up for me was cool. I ain't had no bad childhood. I ain't struggled. We ain't never had no lights off, no water off, and never got put out, never was going house to house. So like I was pretty much fortunate in my opinion. I got into music because I used to watch 106 in Park. I started liking the lifestyle, some of the rappers. I wanted it. Besides that, it was Lil' Kim, who everybody knows is like my biggest inspiration. I'm gonna always pay homage. I'm gonna always shout her out, no matter what. Everybody gotta know who inspired me. So it was her. And so I pretty much started rapping and writing music when I was in 9th grade. Started doing that. I ain't started recording until I was 17. I graduated because I was broke. I had no money. I had no job. So I started working at McDonald's and I was using my money to go to the studio. So that's how that happened. And so I was grinding, doing what I gotta do. And then 2019 came. So from 2015 to 2019. So when 2019 came, the slap on my ass came. And I came pretty much. So like that was like my big ass breakout. So like that happened, and after that I dropped my project this year, 2020. I charted on iTunes for the first time, so that was a big accomplishment. I've been interviewed by Control magazine. I've been listed in the LA Times amongst Lil Nas, Big Frida, and all of them. I've been featured on Pride.com. I've done songs for many other artists. I worked with Bobby Lights from Love and Hip Hop. That's some amazing people. So like, I've been pretty much in contact with a lot. I've done a lot for over the past year and a half, I would say.
I'm Tulane Ricky. I'm 23 years old. I'm from Winston-Salem, North Carolina. Growing up for me, I grew up in an environment where my family was well known. So I had to balance out kind of fitting an image for them while also being myself and discovering who I am, what my identity was, and just exploring my own creativity and dreams and aspirations of wanting to follow music. 2 accomplishments I made this year. 1 accomplishment, I went to the Grammys this year. That was cool. 2nd accomplishment was I just released a big single called What You Want with CeCe Peniston. So, yeah.
Well, I just dropped my album today, and the most recent accomplishment that I've done, I'd say, would have to be this 62,000 streams that I just hit. We just dropped at midnight. We already had 62,000 streams, so I'm happy, excited about that accomplishment and put some stats on the board behind my name because that's something I've been working towards for a long time. I'd say my next accomplishment would be just establishing my other business, which is Nine Studios. It's a branding consultant business. So I help a lot of brands get their businesses off the ground, whether it's just, creating logos, websites, motion graphics, just helping them get their business up and going. Nine Studios. So I established an LLC for that. Really been gaining some more clients, so that's another big accomplishment.
Accomplishments I made 2020. I recorded my EP, Do the Gabor, which was inspired by Jaja Gabor. That's why that's where the last name comes from. Dude is my childhood nickname. So I recorded that, did some photo shoots for it, dropped it on May 15th, and I charted on iTunes the next day. I charted it up the day I dropped it. It was charted. And I made it all the way to number 76 on the hip hop and rap albums chart. So that was like a big ass accomplishment. And giving my life to God, that was like a big accomplishment. So I'm a class act, so it's like it's hard for me. Like giving my life to God is like that's a big thing for me. And it's been good ever since.
That's kind of a loaded question for me. And I'm gonna do my best not to break down here today. I am my worst critic. And I am super hard on myself. And the journey that I'm taking, I'm learning to appreciate the journey and not just focus so much on the end goal. And I think for so many of us, we don't appreciate those milestones in our lives. And we're like, well, why aren't I there yet? And we don't appreciate the steps that we're taking to climb the mountain. You know, when you climb Mount Everest, they have stops, right? You have your 10,000 feet, your 20,000 feet until you reach the top of Mount Everest. We don't appreciate those that only make it to the 10,000 feet. I have not appreciated my 10,000 feet, my 20,000 feet. I'm so focused on being successful in whatever my definition of success is that I haven't always appreciated the things that I have done. And so it's my friends that tell me, Erica, girl, you've done so much. I'm over like, what? I haven't done anything. I'm nowhere near where I want to be. So from the outside looking in, I'm going to say what people have told me my accomplishments are, that I haven't appreciated them. And it's sad. It's super sad. But coming from where I'm from, I don't know. It's hard for me to be proud of myself. But I'll say I'm the first person in my family to go to college and graduate. I have 3 degrees. I also have my PMP certificate, and if you know what that is, that exam is hard as crap. I'm a mother. I was married. Unfortunately, I'm divorced, and that's okay. I don't know. I can't really tell you what I'm proud of because I'm not where I want to be.
The first time I guess I was drastically let down in life would be 2015. I was a sophomore in college and my best friend was murdered in his college dorm room. And I had to experience watching my school try to cover it up. And I went to college at 15 years old, full ride with honors, popular kid on campus. Everybody knew I could rap, to literally being put in the office and being stripped of everything I had because of loyalty. So that would be the first time I've really been let down in life. The second time I would say that I've been let down in life was experiencing somebody remove an opportunity from me that could have like grown me musically. Not because of my talent, but because they judged me for my transition. So I'm a transgender male, I was born female, I identify as male, and that person knew that. And it was early on in my transition. So even though talent-wise, I was overqualified for what they were doing, because they felt like I was different, I literally was just thrown to the side. So I guess that was the second time, because that was the first time I experienced my talent not being enough versus somebody's opinion.
I was married, and me and my ex-husband were together for a total of 12 years, from the time I was 18 to 30. I'm 36 now. And our marriage wasn't perfect, but we grew up together. He let me down by having an affair. And me and the woman he had an affair with were both pregnant at the same time, which is fine. I forgave him for that. What I didn't forgive him for was continuing to talk to her afterwards, because he felt bad. Long story. But I feel like I let my kids down by not trying harder to make my marriage work. And my daughter right now is really suffering and really struggling. Even though we've been separated for 6 years, she struggles. And as a mom, the hardest thing you can do is watch your baby not be in a good space, because you take it personally. What did I do? What could I have done better? I'm happy. That's the thing. I'm happy. I'm cool with not being in that marriage, and he's happy. We're both happier individuals. But my kids. So I feel like I let my girls down. So that's one thing. I would say another one that I'm gonna keep a little lighter was moving to Atlanta. Not that moving to Atlanta was a bad thing. It was the student loan debt that I acquired. I started off as a math engineer on a full scholarship at Purdue University. I did 1 year, and I fell in love with my girl's dad, and I moved here. And I left a full scholarship to Purdue to go to Georgia State and graduate with a degree in sociology. So I would say that is one thing, that I'm not too proud of. That was a letdown that I got to pay for every month for the rest of my life.
The first person who ever let me down was my daddy. I met him one time when I was 9 in 2006. Actually on Christmas Day, that was like an unwanted Christmas present. So I was inside playing with my stuff. Wait, hold on, I was gonna say it like that. I was playing with some toys, my grandpa coming there. He was like, "You want to meet your daddy?" I was like, "Yeah." So we go out there. I see this man standing by his red car, digging in his trunk. So my grandpa bring me to him. We introduced ourselves. Then he was like, "Oh, I should have got him." He said something about giving me something. I'm thinking to myself, "Bitch, how the fuck you gonna give me something? You don't even know me. How you know what I like? What you gonna give me?" And so like we hung around like for a few days, and then like I think it was the day before the last day we hung out. He was like, "I'm gonna come pick you up." And so I was 9 at the time, so like I had my bag packed. I'm sitting outside my grandma's window just looking and looking and looking. Hour passed, 2 hours passed, 3 hours passed. The red car don't never show up. So I was like, what the fuck going on? My grandma, she just tapped me on my shoulder. She's like, "He ain't coming, baby, he ain't coming." So that was the first letdown. And then I found out years later he got married and had kids. So like I pretty much said he forgot about me, but I don't really care. Another letdown really was last year. So when Slap on My Ass and all that went viral, everybody who knew me personally, they think that I was on like this high horse and like I was making so much money, and I was not. Cause like I got viral off a remix. So like it's so much I can do with that. So I felt like, yeah, it was a blessing and a curse, because the blessing was people finally know your name. Now people know who you are. You got seen by over 6 million people, which was that's always good. But it lasted like a good month, 2 months, and then shit happens behind the scenes that fucks you up. And so I had to move back home and start all the way over from square one. And now I'm back.
You know, so people always talk about SWOT analysis, right? Strengths, weaknesses, opportunities, and threats. And when you think about your own individual strengths and weaknesses, it's hard to always pinpoint what they are. I say one of my strengths is my resilience, to never stop, always keep going. My love for my friends and my family. I'm a good, loyal person, almost loyal to a default. But I consider that to be a strength and not a weakness, because I believe anything that you do from the heart is always going to lead you down the right path. Even if you stumble, you fall in a little ditch, you trip over yourself, you're doing it with good intentions. So follow your heart. That's one of my big mottos. That's my biggest strength. My weakness, which I'm learning to overcome, something I mentioned before, is learning to say no. Because I have often spread myself so thin to where it's weakened my personality, it's weakened my presence, my ability to be strong. That's a big weakness, you know. I would also say my another weakness I have is sometimes not fully communicating. As articulate and as expansive as my vocabulary is, sometimes it's not easy for me to have difficult conversations that need to be had. Yeah, there's a lot of them that I need to still have with some folks out there. You saw me take a moment back. I'm like, I probably need to make that one happen sooner than later.
If I put my mind on doing something, or if I say that I'm going to do something, I'm gonna get it done. I'm gonna try to figure out a way. That's just the way that I think about things. Another big strength that I have is just I'm personable. You know what I'm saying? Like I like people enough to relate, you know what I'm saying? Like I don't mind, you know what I'm saying, sharing a moment just to, you know what I'm saying, talk with somebody or converse with somebody. And that's what makes me different. I think is what made my music spread a lot more than a lot of other artists, is that I'm very open. I'm big on just, you know what I'm saying, what's up, how you doing? I talk to anybody. I'm cool with anybody if you're cool with me, if you're rocking with me, you know? So that's definitely my biggest strengths. My biggest weaknesses, I'd say in that same tone, I didn't used to be an introvert, but I think I've become sort of like closed off as far as letting people into my personal life, you know what I'm saying, and the personal things that I got going on, because I'm so focused on building my career that I keep things business, I keep things, you know what I'm saying, just what's up, I'm getting this done, I got this music out, and that's all you getting out of me. So I'm trying to get better on that, just let people in, know who I am more, let people in and feeling who I am, so that they might tap into this music more than they have before.
My attitude, my ambition, my grind, my goals. I'm driven. Yeah, it's my strengths. My weaknesses. A lot of people tell me it's my fucking mouth. So, I'm one of the people that I gotta keep it real at all times. I don't know how to be fake. If I feel like somebody's doing me something, I'm gonna say something. I don't ask you, I don't question you, I address you. And so it's like, that's like my weakness right there. Keeping his mouth shut. If I feel like some shit ain't going the way it's supposed to go, or somebody playing on me, I'm gonna say something. And if it gotta go further than that, what's up?
Musically, if I could compare myself to anyone, I would say Andre 3000. Just because of his versatility, just because of his lyricism, just because of his style, not even just from a music context, but in who he is and his identity. He was never afraid to step outside the box, and he never really cared what anybody's opinion of him stepping outside the box was. If I had to compare myself to anything just as far as who I am as a person, as far as my story, I would say Samson. And if you don't know, if you've never heard the Bible, Samson is a man from in the Bible. And Samson was very strong. Samson was very powerful. But Samson carried a lot of pain. And sometimes Samson would use his strength to let out his pain. And Samson let the fact of his strength, and he never felt the type of love that he needed, because all everybody ever saw him was a strong person, ended up being his weakness, because he had a woman named Delilah that didn't do nothing but use that affection to cut off his care and make him lose his strength and blind him of his purpose of who he was, or at least attempt to. And in my story and in my own personal journey, that's kind of who I am. I'm a strong person. Everyone knows me as for being gifted. Everyone's known me as this. Everyone's known me as that. But a lot of people don't really know the depths of some of the pain and some of the trauma that I've had to carry. Some of the people don't know what my real weaknesses as a person is. But a lot of people also don't understand my fight. And Samson's fight is also a very strong way to understand how mine was, meaning even when they had blinded this man's eyes out, made him powerless, made him blind, made it so he should have been able to be dead and there was no more for him. Samson still was smart enough to keep fighting and killed them all. And that's kind of the same energy I have when it comes to not even just my music, but just everything with me in my life. No matter how many times it seems like my eyes have gotten gauged out or how many times they're gonna get gauged out, at the end of the day, I'm gonna pull the pillars. And I'm gonna keep pulling them till y'all figure out how to kill me. So yeah, that's what I would compare myself to.
Nobody. Because there's only one of me. But everybody knows the only person I will highlight that I look up to, that I feel like I have similarities with, is Lil Kim. But yeah, that's it. The struggles I had to go through to get to where I'm at today, becoming a rapper, being gay. So being gay and being a rapper, a lot of people don't see that it's going hand in hand. So coming up, like when I was writing my music and stuff and going to studios, they would fuck over me on purpose. So it's like I've been through studios and shit where I got banned from being gay, where I had to cut the fuck up, all type of shit. Like, they'd fuck over you. So it's like, it'd be crazy. Like, sometimes you gotta stand your fucking ground, you're gonna get ran over. So, the niggas don't play with me. Well, they never really play with me. They do shit to where it's like, I'm just gonna fuck with you. It's like, it's like, they have some engineers and shit that they tried. But I ain't for that fuck shit. So everybody know shit from sugar when you fuck with me. People don't take you serious because you're gay. You can't be labeled a rapper, you're a gay rapper. Just like a female rapper, she's a female rapper. But if a straight dude rap, he a rapper. So it's like, you gotta deal with that fucking title shit. People laughing at you, all type of shit. They don't support you when you on the ground, you out here trying to get it. They support you after the fact. So like, before I had one viral and shit, like my name got out there, I had a few supporters. I had people that support me here and there. But it was more hate than support. So like people don't want to see you get further than they want to see you get nowhere. But I don't give a fuck. I'm coming regardless.
I say this all the time to all my friends. The only difference between me and Beyonce is our bank accounts. That's it. She struggles with insecurity just like I do. She has men that have cheated on her just like I have, or bad relationships, family dysfunctions. There's no difference between you, me, and anybody else that we may idolize on social media. So the challenges that I faced is one, just finding out who I was. Again, redefining who I am. Understanding that no is a complete statement. Because I think a lot of people, we struggle with that, not being able to say no. And we overextend ourselves. And we put ourselves in situations that we really didn't want to be in because we just didn't know how to say no. That's a huge challenge. And I say that and people are like, what? It's challenging to say no to your friends, to your family. No, you can't borrow that money. No, you can't drive my car. No, I'm not able to do that for you. And that's okay. I think one of the biggest challenges, again, was just redefining me, finding myself, and feeling adequate. I've always struggled with inadequacies. Being biracial in Indiana at the time, I was bullied for being mixed. Now that I'm a boss ass bitch, baby, you can't tell me nothing. I may not be the skinniest, I may not have the perfect ass and the smallest waist, but one thing you can't tell this woman is that I'm not gonna be something. I'm really confident. And it took 36 years to get here. Because honey, a long time ago, I would have cried over anything, any and all things. Because I just didn't feel adequate with myself. I wasn't smart enough, I wasn't cute enough, my smile wasn't bright enough, my hair wasn't long enough, my ass wasn't fat, and nothing was right with me. So learning to feel adequate and fulfilled in your own self-right.
I'd say the biggest obstacle was just, turning my family into believers. And then obviously, I think every independent artist can agree that when you're on a route moving independently, you encounter a lot of roadblocks simply just trying to move without the bag. You know what I'm saying? A lot of times when you got the bag, you can press the button, you know what I'm saying? Make a lot of things fly, make a lot of things happen immediately. I've been in a situation where I've had major funding, you know what I'm saying? And I've had the bag to be able to make some things happen. But even with that being in play, it wasn't my bag, so I had to kind of listen. I had to kind of, follow suit with what people saw as the vision for my career. So now it's way different, whereas I'm at the helm, I'm controlling everything, and because of that, my music is moving way faster, it's sounding way better, and it's doing bigger things, and I don't even have as much major capital behind my brand, So I'd say that was an obstacle, but I've learned how to work with it. Every independent artist is gonna have to learn how to work with it. That's the only way you win out here.
I've always been the black sheep. I've always been different. And not even necessarily just my transition, because that seems to be the thing that a lot of people feels like is the biggest point. Yeah, that's been a big issue. That's been something that I've always had to battle with. Not people having an issue with me, but honestly people dealing with the issues within themselves that arise when they learned about me. But just also my growing to be okay with some of the things I faced. Like for me, I grew up in an abusive household, but in the same token, y'all seen the have and the have-nots? Think of that. That will describe the type of living I grew up in. Meaning, my family is very educated. My family has nice class. My family is very known. They do a lot in the community. My mother's grandfather was one of the most notorious judges in North and South Carolina. My mother's best friends were some of the most biggest, pastors and religious figures. So I grew up in a place where you have to fit the image. And at no point in my life, even as a child, could I ever fit the image. I'm not the kid that wants to sit there in children's church with the other kids and sing Amazing Grace. I carried around a little book bag and used to walk around writing music at like 6, 7, 8 years old everywhere I went to. I wasn't the kid that you could sit there and hurt me and then you can buy me off. I'm gonna go take what you give it to me and I'm gonna go give it to some little girls and I'm still not gonna be satisfied when the day was done. I was never the kid who was satisfied with dealing with things that I just knew wasn't okay. And because I was highly intelligent, like y'all, I was 4 years old in kindergarten reading on a 5th grade level, like highly intelligent. I understood that some of the experiences that I faced as a child, I wasn't supposed to face them. And I was never afraid to advocate I was not supposed to face them. So because of that, my biggest battle would have to be learning how to control myself. Learning to understand that yes, you're different, but you also have a different power. Because you wouldn't be facing certain things, nor would you be capable of understanding this to a capacity that other children cannot understand if you didn't have a different type of power.
Oh man, my biggest inspiration was David Ruffin. My favorite movie was The Temptation. So watching that movie and kind of just seeing how he had this like prowess, I want to call it, when he was singing. He would be serenading women, and I remember this one scene where he was battling kind of with his fellow bandmate, and they was singing to this lady, and they was trying to both get her attention, see who can get her most riled up. And he won because the way he was singing, it was invoking so much feeling out of her, you know what I'm saying? The reaction was just like, damn, like, what is he doing to me, you know what I'm saying? And that's something I've always tried to capture within my music when I'm performing. Like, I like that vibe of R&B, like, that's what I came here for. I came here to sing even, I came here to make you feel away, you know what I'm saying? So David Ruffin, yeah, I'd say that's my biggest influence. D'Angelo, Usher, those are some of my other big influences for sure.
If I could collaborate with two respected artists in the industry right now, who would it be and why? I would collaborate with Lil Kim because that's my idol, that's my inspiration, that's my favorite rapper. Before I leave this earth, I gotta have a song with her. So like it's gonna happen. Y'all gonna see that soon. So her and another artist I feel like I would learn so much from actually, who's pretty much the biggest damn artist in the world. I don't really tell people this, but I work with Beyonce. I feel like I can learn something. I can learn a lot from her, and then working with her leads you to Jay-Z. So that's like, it's always good. So those two.
Taraji P. Henson. I think she is the epitome of like the go-to black woman in Hollywood. And unfortunately, I have to say black woman, but I should just be able to say woman, but we can't say that right now. She's in everything. Her and Regina Hall are like, it's one of them. I would love to work with Taraji. I just think, I've read her story, I've watched so many of her interviews, and she's a huge inspiration to me. She didn't get out into the acting world until she was later on in life, kind of like myself. She sacrificed everything to move to LA with her and her son to just get going. So just to have we kind of have a similar story. I would love to work with her and just pick her brain. And then the next one, Regina King. I mean, come on now. Look at her elevation. From Friday to now directing. I mean, she has so much stuff going on. Voiceovers. She just does it all. And so she's just another person that I would love to just shadow for a day. You know, I don't even have to say anything. Let me just follow you around and hold your umbrella or something. Like, I just want to be in the presence to see what that's like. I know my work ethic is there, and I always feel like all it takes is one yes to get your foot in the door. You know what I'm saying? Just one opportunity. First, my foot ain't coming to door, baby. This whole body coming through the door. I'm gonna bust some shit down when I get my yes.
I'm gonna inspire you, Hoochie Pop. Okay, everybody wanna know. Baby boy, Jody inspired Hoochie Pop because I watched the movie. He a fucking Hoochie Pop. You got Yvette, and she pregnant with, I don't know, she had a baby. But they had the same. Then you got Peanut, who your baby mama is, you still fucking her. Then you still live with your home, you live at home with your mama. And I'm like, this nigga is something else. Like, I was like, okay, we know they got Hoochie mamas. I'm like, okay, Hoochie Pop. Jody was taking Yvette call. All type of shit. He was using her too. I'm like, okay, cool. I'm gonna tell a girl what she gotta have. For the niggas if you wanna fuck with a certain nigga, this is what you gotta have for us. So that's what Hoochie Pop was. Using them for what they got. Bitch, I want everything. You gonna take care of you. Yeah, that's why I'm a hoochie papa, baby, type of nigga that you love. Take you to my mama crib. That's my favorite place to fuck boy of the year. You know I'm coming hard. I'll treat you real good and take your food stamp card. Only fucking with a bitch that get a check on the first, third, and the 15th. You know they kids be the worst. Whole stepdaddy season. I'll be here for your turn. When nigga tax time come, you better give me all your cons. I'll drive your car, drop your ass off the work, come back to pick you up when I'm done doing dirt. I don't want to meet your mama. I don't care to meet your daddy. Motherfuck your best friends and your cousins real catty. Cause petty is what I am, and you know that shit. You love sitting on my face to get your clitoris licked. I'm an ain't shit nigga, but you knew that already. You don't mind cause I'm finding my dick real steady. Yeah, that's what Hoochie Mouth is.
I just released a new single. It's called What You Want featuring CC Peniston. What You Want is a song of freedom. It's a song that's basically saying, are you going to sit here and sit in the moment? Or are you going to allow yourself to be free of whatever you're parrying? So for instance, the lyrics are, so tell me what you want. Pretty come alive in a song. You sipping but you feeling but you live when you drunk. You thinking of the nigga but he lies to your heart. And then you trigger till it's shots of the dog. So tell me what you want, right? You know your eyes got a glow, right? The melanin tell me on slide. And if you with it, we can roll, like. You know I like it when your hips sway to the bass blunt. Shimmy on my Jimmy T for the snake jump. Is he sipping on the liquor or he take a good puff? Is you itching for a feeling or you seeking real love? Pretty little kitty, can I pet and play ya? How you pen to the hymns that stimulate ya? You know, men when I pen with my general nature. And if the liquor talking, can I wake and taste ya? So tell me what you want. So in the song is basically just discussing how a lot of people hide their pain. You hide it in the liquor and the drink. You hide it in the blunts that you hit. You hide and you mask and you go on social media and you flaunt yourself happy with your girls or happy with your niggas. You sit here and you carry all this weight because you're beautiful, because you're this, because you're a content creator, because you're an influencer, because you got 10K followers, because you got these many subscribers. But you don't sit here and deal with the real part that at the end of the day, in every photo that you flexing with the bottle, you're just taking a shot of whatever darkness that's in you. With every person that's hitting that double tap and you getting liked, with every like that's not that nigga that hurt you, is bothering you. So what you want? Are you gonna sit here and you gonna continue to mask it and you gonna sit here and hide it? Or are you gonna be real about it and you gonna free yourself of it? I like the way your hips sway in the bass bump. I like when you free within yourself. I like when you let yourself let go. Do you like when you let yourself let go? What you want? So that's what that song means, and it's featuring the amazing voice of CC Peniston. A lot of people know her from her big hit, Finally. So yeah, y'all gotta go get it. Go stream it. Apple, Spotify, Tidal, all that shit.
That's the lead single of my new album, Her New Favorite. It's the only single that I dropped off the album. We dropped a visual that is sitting at about 62,000, I believe, 62,000 views. Yeah, we're going crazy. No, I'm bugging. It's 62,000 on the album. It's 25,000 views on the actual video. I'm excited, don't mind me.
If you let me, I could take you down if you let me. Have you making sounds if you let me, babe? Don't tell nobody if you let me. If you let me, girl, if you let me. Give it to you good, real nasty. No, she only call a nigga for that raw shit. Only call a nigga for that good shit. Only call a nigga for that. Yeah.
If you let me, right?
Let's see. Who you loving, who you wanna be fucking. Got niggas and bitches behind my dick straight bugging. When I come out on the scene, all these hoes look at me, quick to drop to their knees and suck my dick to please me. So I say that. Alright. They say I'm cocky, but all these bitches vexed. I'm up next. I can't help the fact that y'all niggas ain't blessed like me. You gotta respect the fucking king, cause y'all hoes gonna bow down in the next room or realm. Either way it motherfucking goes, I'm taking the crown home.
I'm chasing demons and fiending all the reasons why I'm fiending sights of Jesus. These marijuana leaves can ease the thoughts that get to creeping. So this beat will write the letter that'll echo all my reasons. Cause Sally's selling seashells, but she's slurping if it's secret. And mama's just an option if you birthed it and it's heathen. And he just wanna feed it. A love he's never known, but he's addicted, so he fiends it like his curse had the scenes. And goddamn, nigga, A lonely stoner with personas. This potent got me open about this life I never wanted. I'd end it, but I'm gifted. And these niggas need my signage. Broken prophets on the spoke and deep the savings of the souls. A framing of halos and the frequency of flows. These bops that get the knocking when she piped up off the pole. I high up off the O's and broken exits, blowing O's. Some open tech to speak of reasons why I'll never have a hoe. I'll never house her home. I know you got a boo, but when you all alone, just hit my phone up, pretty darling. Actions being honest, words that leave the curves and breakfast in the morning. And disregarded, if you a victim of bitches addicted artists. I'm not that nigga, but I love you to the clock top and surf you to the waves drop and feel your lines within the lines when bass knocks. Rick.
Ooh, this or that time.
Film. Canon. Radio talk show. Cardi B. Angela Bassett, what you mean? You see how she lit that damn fire up? Series. Lauren Hill, oh my god. Write the verse first. Because to me, I feel like the hook to me is just always easier to come to than the verses. Album. iTunes. Ooh, Jada. Loretta Devine.
Wayne. Oh my fucking god, I gotta go with Jay-Z. When I look at Nas, I look at Jay-Z. Nas got If I Rule the World, Hate Me Now, Uchi Wally Wally. He got those, but Jay-Z got Ain't No Nigga, Nigga What, Nigga Who, Put Your Hands Up, Do It Again, Sunshine. He got a lot of shit that I fucking like, and then the nigga had ties with Emil and Foxy Brown, so I gotta go Jay-Z. Kendrick Lamar. Biggie Smalls. Megan. I wanna fuck her. The aggressiveness, like she come off like, I feel like, I like Cardi B, but Megan just got this aura about her. Like the whole body real. The way she raps, she remind me of Ronnie from the Players Club. So it's like, I could just see me in the room, she like, lay the fuck down. Like, oh my God, like that bitch was like, she take over. Ooh, I want that experience. Lil' Kim, why the fuck would you ask me that? That is so stupid. You really think I'm gonna choose anybody over Lil' Kim?
Drake. I'm a big moral guy, and so just recently I seen a video that Lil Wayne had did an interview where he was kind of like condemning the Black Lives Matter group, and I just didn't agree with it, and it made me look at him differently just as an artist. I'm an artist myself, so I don't separate the two, you feel me? I connect your artistry with the way that you move as a man out here and the way that you move as an artist, so you know, I gotta pick Drake over Lil Wayne nowadays because I think that he a little out of touch with what's going on. Jay-Z. Biggie. Man, Biggie's one of my all-time favorites. Wordplay crazy. I love Tupac too, don't get me wrong, but if I had to pick my favorite, it would be Biggie. I just connect with his songs a little bit more. J. Cole, no question. Neo. I'm a songwriter, you know what I'm saying? So, I mean, Neo the GOAT, you feel me? Like, it's that simple. Usher. 90s R&B for sure. That's what I grew up on, man, you know what I'm saying? I was born in 95, you know what I'm saying? 25 years old, so I was when I was, you know, sitting in the back seat. My mom was just playing them tunes, man, that was my vibe. Brandy. Hook. Definitely going with the hook. And that usually comes to me first if I hear some music, like, you know what I'm saying? That's gonna get me for real. That's gonna really make me come with the rest of the song, is the hook. Album. because, like I said, I just dropped the album. So the process of putting together the album, I've just fell in love with it. Just making sure everything is cohesive and telling a story. If you're gonna tell a story, if you're just trying to give a certain vibe, I tapped into that. So I like making the albums, man. It's real. I don't know. I like the cohesiveness of it all. Whether I like soundtracks as well, but I know that you can throw in whatever you want to throw in on the soundtrack. So we'll go with the album.
Film. Ooh. Canon. Oh no! Regina King. Honestly, I just think because Regina King has the in front of and behind the scenes, so her workbook is just a little more extensive. I don't know Taraji to have done a lot behind the scenes. I know she's breaking into it, but Regina's been doing it. I mean, she's done boondocks, like she's voiceover work. I just feel like her catalog is a little more expansive, and so there'd be more opportunity for me to learn, not just in front, not just behind, but overall. I mean, this girl got Cadillac commercials now, like that she directed and she got them endorsement from. So I just feel like Regina King with that. Ooh. Podcast. Cardi. Neither. Series. Angela, just because of Tina Turner. Hurt. I can get over that faster. You can hurt me. You can hit me. Those scars heal. That internal pain, you don't know how long it's going to take. Queen Latifah. Jada. Felicia Rashad with the Wretched. Loretta. Remarry. One day. Maybe. We'll see. I don't know. I've come to terms with being single forever too, so whatever direction God has for me, let me know soon. I'm here for it.
I am Dre Moreau. You can follow me on all social media at Dre Moreau. All social media, I'm at Dre Moreau. I am Young, Black, and Gifted.
I am Young KSB. You can follow me on Instagram at Young KSB, Twitter at Young_KSB. That's all. I don't be on Facebook like that, so you ain't gonna catch me on there. But yeah, that's where you can find me at, and I'm Young, Black, and Gifted.
I'm 2AM Ricky. I'm a rapper and songwriter. You can follow me on Instagram, Twitter at 2AM Ricky. Make sure you go check out all my music on Tidal, Apple, Spotify, on 2AM Ricky. Go check out what you want. And I am Young, Black, and Gifted.
So before we get out of here, make sure you follow me on all social media. My Instagram is Erica with an A, 1112, which is my birthday. #Scorpio. And on Facebook, Erica Gaddis. And again, I am young, black, and highly gifted.